Angela Pinky Swear Peters.
And I'm Latchkey Laurie Schultz. We were born in the 70s.
We're children of the 80s.
And had our coming of age in the 90s. You know, the good old days when kids could be kids.
When music had real instruments.
And when no one ever seemed to worry about carbs.
If you want a flashback to simpler times, buckle up.
Wait, seatbelts? Where we're going, we don't need seatbelts.
Well then, just grab your Jolt Cola, smell that teen spirit, and hop on our big old banana seat bike to take a spin down memory lane with us.
For we are the best generation that ever was.
You're listening to Generation X Rated.
The Survivor Stories. Hey, Angela.
Hello, Laurie.
Hey, do you remember watching WWF Wrestling?
I had a dad and a brother, so I absolutely remember not having another TV in the house. So I did watch a lot.
So that is a yes.
That is a yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Macho Man. Oh, yeah.
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 The lovely Elizabeth.
And the lovely Elizabeth. Arm candy.
You could not convince me that that was fake. I did not know.
No, I didn't either.
I was in. I was a believer.
Yeah. I was all in.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to argue with my dad about it, too.
Like,
and he's like, this is fake. And I'm
oh,
like, no,
yeah,
Dad, no. Did you not see? Like, that was a real hit. This is all choreographed. No, it's not.
I just couldn't believe they'd lie to us.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't ready to believe the world was a bad place.
And then, do you remember that time that Macho Man and Hulk Hogan actually shook hands?
Yes.
It was like a massive deal.
Hulk Hogan.
And there was like a WrestleMania where Hulk Hogan was going to fight Andre the Giant.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
I had several.
Okay.
I was really attracted to the wrestlers.
Oh.
Yeah. I had a lot of fake boyfriends growing up, you know, when I was a kid, and now. And the
oh yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I loved Rowdy Roddy Piper.
I just liked saying that.
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Rowdy Piper. He was the Scottish one, right?
Yeah. He had the red kilt, and it said "Hot Rod" across his chest. Yeah. I actually had the rubber action figure
of
Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Oh, those were bigger than Barbie, right? Like they were sizable, bendy.
Not bigger than Barbie, no. I would say they were maybe a little smaller, but
they were bendable, right? Like were they not like? Because my brother had Hulk Hogan. I remember being like the rubbery.
They were pliable, but not like you couldn't move the arm into a different position or anything. It was just like rubbery, and so they bounced. If you were lucky enough to have the ring, the wrestling ring, and you could bounce one off the turnbuckles. Is that what
like
they call
a Superfly snooker?
Yeah, Jimmy the Superfly.
Yes.
Yeah.
My dad and brother get pretty wound up, and then my dad would like Superfly snooker my brother into the couch, and then Mom would come screaming, and I'd be like, but my brother got the Hulk Hogan workout set for Christmas once.
Oh, is he a little Hulkamaniac?
Well,
that's right, brother.
If he was here, I think he'd say he just was part of the whole dad liked to watch it, but I'm sure they bonded in some weird way. But we had the Hulk set, and there was mats, and there was like skipping ropes and stuff, and there was like a real workout.
Really? Like sweatbands that went across the...
100%. 100. That's probably all it was the sweatbands.
And like Speedos?
No.
No Speedos?
God, okay. They didn't put children's Speedos. What was Hulk Hogan's whole thing? Oh, he would do the
whole thing with his ear. And he's like, yeah, listen up, brother. All you little Hulkamaniacs.
He called everyone brother.
Brother.
Yes.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, I had a WWF video game for the original Nintendo back in the early 90s.
That's bougie.
Mike's rich if he says that.
I had an older brother that watched some of the WWF, I think. So I don't have very much recollection, but I do remember in the video game, Hulk Hogan, one of his like secret weapons would be to throw a Bible. Did he have like a say your prayers kind of message or something?
That could have been the Undertaker.
No, that might have been a Hogan thing. Say your prayers. I don't know. Like, he didn't seem too churchy to me.
I'll do a little search.
My favorite was George the Animal Steel.
He apparently was a high school teacher. That's what I had heard. But I hear a lot of things, so I could just be totally...
Well, he was adorable, right?
Yeah, like when he would bite the turnbuckle and that fluff would go everywhere. That was really adorable.
Yeah. Well, not that much, but he just had like... Maybe because he didn't say much. I just had empathy for him, so he was like my favorite.
Right. Do you remember King Kong Bundy?
No, why don't...
He was like a really big guy. Bald head.
No.
Always wore like a black unitard. Is that what they call that? A unitard?
Mm-mm. Yeah. Can you say that anymore? Unitard?
I think we still can. But I always wondered, like Bundy, I didn't know if he was related to Ted Bundy. Even as a kid, I'm like,
you hoped?
Is that a Ted Bundy brother or something? And then I'm like, Al Bundy, is he related to Ted Bundy? I didn't know. I was obsessed with a lot of Ted Bundy things.
I did find a Hulk quote. To all my little Hulkamaniacs, say your prayers, take your vitamins, and you will never go wrong. That sounds very wordy, so I don't think that was a motto. I think maybe you said that once.
Yeah, maybe. And it sounds like fraudulent advertising. Saying prayers and taking vitamins for 40 years, man. Like, where are you? This is how it ends? Come on.
Can't think of the Bible, though. I feel like he wouldn't have got away with that.
I think that was Nintendo's, were being they were grasping straws for what superpower we can give this cartoon Hulk Hogan.
They didn't have the graphics to do that whole ear thing.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
No.
That's when he wanted the crowd fired up, right? The whole...
Yeah. And he got it.
Yeah.
He got it. I always wanted to go see a live wrestling match, and I never did.
We can make it happen for you.
Can we? It's not even called WWF anymore. It's called WWE.
Why?
Wrestling Entertainment or something. Because the World Wildlife Fund was like, that is our thing. With the little panda.
Oh, my goodness. I'm just having that whole connection now.
Yeah.
And they must have been around first, the wildlife.
Maybe. I guess they had to be if the other guys had to be.
They should wrestle about it.
Yes. Hulk Hogan and the panda.
And the panda.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Do you remember the song? The song that was "Money for Nothing," wasn't it? And the Chicks for Free. I
know that song. Was that in wrestling?
Yeah, it was like the opening song for when the show started.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember the announcer. What was his name?
Mean Gene. Mean Gene. Is Mean Gene. Yeah, little guy with a bow tie and bald head and mustache.
Yes.
Mean Gene.
Okerlund.
Thanks.
Oh, I never would have got that.
When I was young and unafraid, I wanted to be a wrestling manager.
What?
Stop laughing at me.
What would your entry song be when you come out? Go.
I don't know.
Okay, back it up. What would be the attraction to being the manager?
I just wanted to, I don't know, like, you remember like Bobby the Brain Heenan and
Yes.
Jimmy the Mouth of the South? Who else was there? I don't know. Those two at least.
Okay, what would your name be?
I don't know.
Well, you've thought of this. I know you have.
Well, I don't remember what it was supposed to be, but...
Is that where you would come out and, like, hand over the wrestler to the match kind of thing? Like, you were
and then I would do the interviews with the wrestler, and they'd be, like,
so
standing
good at
there,
this.
and I would be, I'd be calling out the other guys.
You'd be so good at this.
Yeah, totally. I totally wanted to be... I didn't want to be Miss Elizabeth. She was useless. She was arm candy. All she did was just, oh, don't get hurt, Randy. And, no, I wanted to be Bobby the Brain.
Yes.
Yeah. And that Jimmy the Mouth of the South, he was a bit of an ass, but yeah. Do you remember his...
Maybe you missed your calling.
Maybe I did. Honky Tonk Man.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the Honky Tonk Man?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a Jimmy the Mouth of the South heart. He was one of his clients.
Who was, like, the most evilest one that, like, everyone...
Oh, there was evil.
There was a lot of evil.
Andre the Giant at one time was evil.
Do you remember when Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan were like were gonna have to fight because there was a rift between them when they used to be friends?
Oh, I think so.
Because that was upsetting in our house for me and my brother. We were like glued to the TV.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah, they were gonna have to fight. There was some big thing. And now that I've learned about what ratings are, I know what that was all about.
Right.
But I remember that wholeheartedly because they were like really good friends, and then something happened where they were going to have to fight, and I can't remember if they did or if something last minute changed it all.
Because there was a WrestleMania that pit the two of them.
Yes.
It was the main event from a WrestleMania. But also, I remember Randy the Macho Man Savage. Ooh, yeah, that guy. Sorry. I do that in my class all the time.
So good at that.
All the time I do that in my class. And I'll say to my kids, can I get an ooh, yeah? And they all go, ooh, yeah. Yeah. Power. Anyway, he won the Intercontinental Championship one year. So he got a belt, the Intercontinental belt.
Who?
Randy.
Oh, right.
Ooh, yeah. Savage. It's really starting to hurt my voice. Can you stop asking me to do that, please? But I used to buy WWF magazines.
Wow,
I would save up my money.
I wasn't expecting that.
I know, right? Like some girls had Teen Beat. I'm like, no, give me the WWF. And there was an article, and I'll never forget the picture.
I'm sure you bought it for the articles.
Yes. But I'll never forget the picture. On the front of the picture, it said the first 100 days, and it was like 100 days of him with his new belt.
Oh,
and he's sitting in a sunset, and it's like his profile sitting in the sunset. He's like overlooking a lake or something. And that image is burned in my mind.
Oh, what do you do with that image?
Nothing. I don't. I really don't.
Did you?
No, I didn't. He was not my type. Rowdy Roddy Piper was my type, and so was Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake, yes.
Yeah, I always wanted him to give me a haircut. He can trim it.
I feel like we should play Marry Kill with the wrestlers.
What is this?
You don't know how to play that?
What? No.
Okay.
I never even heard of it.
I'll say 3 wrestler names, and you tell me which one you're gonna which one you're gonna marry, which one you're gonna kill.
Wow, no, I can't play that game.
Yes, you can.
Young and innocent.
So Rowdy Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Jake the Snake, and Hulk Hogan. What are you going to do?
I can't answer this question.
Yes, you can.
Instead, your brain automatically goes to which one are you going to
What?
So
Stop saying...
you need to get your head around that. Let's start with which one can't you stand. Let's deal with who you kill him first.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah.
You can hurt a lot of children's feelings.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what we're worried about with this episode. We can't release this.
I wasn't here for the meeting where we had to censor ourselves. We're Gen X. We don't care. So are you going to marry Jake the Snake, or are you going to Rowdy Roddy Piper? Because I know what your answer is.
We have to stop this conversation right now.
Look how upset
you know what
she
else?
is.
I know I'm upset about this. I'm a prude.
I'm so sorry.
This is new. She's never twisted and turned the way she is now. She's being put on the spot.
I have a feeling that she was into Rowdy Roddy Piper a little more than she wants to admit.
Was more than Jake the Snake.
So are you going to marry him? Or?
Well, see, yeah, like...
I've never tongue-tied Laurie.
Nobody has. This is new.
Oh, I get a belt. I superfly snooked you.
Yeah.
I took a chair and threw it across your back.
Again.
Hate when I do that.
So anyway,
hey, I found from the official WWE website list of top 50 villains.
50 villains?
We're going to boil it down to the top 5.
Okay.
Of all time. So some might be post your generation, but for the most part... So number 5 here is Hollywood Hogan.
I don't know who that is.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
In 1996.
Oh, it was way past my
It's like he came back, but as a villain.
Oh, man. He turned.
Makes sense.
Number 4, the $1 Million Man.
Ted DiBiase.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a bit of a douche.
I don't remember him.
Yeah, he always showed up in a limo and he had a, what's that called? The thing
Fanny pack?
No.
I don't know.
I was thinking tuxedo. Tuxedo.
Cummerbund.
Yes.
I know my accessories. As long as we're not talking about who you're going to kill.
Okay. Oh, God.
3.
Yes.
Mr. McMahon. So this is kind of the newer ones.
Vince McMahon?
Vince McMahon, I believe, is his first name.
He was an announcer too. His him and his dad, I think, owned the whole organization.
Did he turn wrestler, or was he just a villain in the storyline? Oh, I remember him.
Yeah,
you don't even have to show me. I know him.
Yeah. Number 2, Ric Flair.
Oh, the fabulous Ric Flair.
And the Four Horsemen.
I don't know them.
Sounds like a band.
Ric Flair.
And number 1, we've named him. What would you say your guess might be for a number 1 position?
I don't know.
I'll throw you a little Rowdy Roddy Piper.
No!
Yes.
He was a good guy.
No, he was. That's why you were torn. That's why you were torn.
No, he was a good guy.
You like bad boys.
I don't like bad boys.
I think you do.
I like nerd boys.
You like evil wrestler men.
I'll just share a little bit of
makes me sad.
the write-up here with you.
Honky Tonk Man was a bad guy.
This has been an emotional episode for you.
Well, we can go through all 50. I'm
the
sure he's in there
Undertaker
somewhere.
wasn't bad? Wasn't he real bad?
This was top 5. There's
out of 50.
45 others we could talk about.
I'd like to see the whole list one day.
Remember Hacksaw?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Jim Duggan.
Yeah.
His thumb out and his eyes crossed.
You just channeled his whole face. I wish this was videotaped. Oh my god.
Aren't we glad it isn't? Oh my god. Aren't we glad it isn't videotaped?
I absolutely
Jesus.
I want Bed Bath & Beyond to do a candle line of all the wrestler names. First of all, their names are amazing.
It just smells like burning wood.
But when you said Hacksaw, and I knew right away Jim Duggan, I forgot about him.
He came in with his big 2x4.
Yes, like a hillbilly. He had a wrestler overalls on.
No, there was somebody else then.
They said
somebody else who had a 2x4.
No,
there's somebody else I'm thinking of. No, but yeah, you're right. Hacksaw Jim Duggan came in like
names. The best names.
Yeah, Hacksaw Jim.
Question about you guys with relation to WWF star Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
And his rise to stardom as a reality TV celebrity.
Oh.
Were you guys a fan at all of Hogan Knows Best?
I don't honestly say, if that was in the 90s, I didn't catch it.
No.
I was an early 80s wrestler person.
But you know, I have to say, I watched the roast of David Hasselhoff. I think I mentioned this before. And
my boyfriend did?
Yeah, your love interest. And
See,
Hulk Hogan was in the dais of that. Hulk Hogan was in. I heard that. Hulk Hogan was in there, and Greg Giraldo, the one I said I really liked, the guy who roasted David Hasselhoff.
Yes.
He took a hit at everybody, right? Totally took a stab, and he said, "Hogan knows best. Your show should have been called Hogan Grows Breasts."
Nipples.
He said something about, why would anybody take advice from a guy who dresses like a Hooters waitress? Or something like that. And I'm like, that's about right. Yeah. Hogan Grows Breasts.
Is Hulk Hogan still with us? Is he still alive? Is Bob Barker alive?
Is Bob Barker alive, Mike? We don't know.
We had this whole conversation when Tony Bennett, rest his soul, died, and I thought he was already dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys like that they're like, oh my god, he died. I'm like, what? When did he die? Because
sadly, this happens every Oscars where they show people, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, did they not die years ago, and they just died this year?
Right.
Sad. Yes. Disrespectful.
Bob Barker is 99 years old and alive.
He's very well alive.
Well-ish, I'm sure. And
how old's Hulk Hogan?
69.
No. He's got to be older than that. I feel like he was 50 when I watched him in the 80s.
Well, that was 19 years ago, not 40 years ago.
Oh, right.
So
when you do your math?
Oh, please don't go by my math. Oh, no.
1980 was not 19 years ago.
I know. Oh. I said it was 40 years ago.
You said it was 20, not 40.
No, I said 40 years ago.
Okay.
By 40, you mean 43.
Yeah. 40-ish. This is not a math contest.
No,
okay?
It's a kill
Mary contest. It's not. We can never release this episode.
I'm going to release it.
I think.
Hey, if we can put out there.
We didn't.
You have to bleep that.
We're bleeping it all. We're bleeping it all.
We're bleeping it all. We better bleep it all. I'll have everyone, please take note, I did not use the F word once.
Since when are you offended by the F word?
I'm not offended by it. It just burns every time it comes out.
Oh.
Hold on.
Okay, Ma Ingalls.
Oh, God. Help us. Mike.
Yes.
Did you ever get a chance to see her wrestling, like a live wrestling show?
No, I never saw anything like that. I had was it a great aunt?
Where's this getting?
Hold on. So it's maybe it was
she was a wrestler.
I think it was my dad's aunt.
That's a great aunt.
And I think she was.
I'm so here for this.
So
the anticipation is killing me. What's happening?
She would get right bent out of shape if you went over to her house while wrestling was on. She would be
those were her
pissed.
stories.
Yes.
And give me some chocolates. I gotta watch my stories.
And same to what you were saying earlier.
There was no way to tell her that it was fake.
She would just fight you if you told her it was fake.
Physically fight you?
Yeah.
Like give you
a wrestler.
Sleeper hold? A pile driver?
Pile driver.
Do you remember the wrestling album? The wrestlers released an album.
No, they didn't.
They sure did.
Millennial Mike needs to look that up.
And there was a song. There's a song called Pile Driver. And there was a song that they all sang together in like this We Are the World type thing. And I remember watching the video. And it was called If You Only Knew. If you only knew what I'm going to do to you, you'd be running out of here as fast as these feet could carry you or something like that.
And it was the wrestlers.
Your destiny belongs to me if you only knew.
I feel like you own the album and you studied
Did
it
not.
well. Okay.
Just remember. You know how there's, like, I couldn't tell you a math equation, but I could certainly tell you bullshit.
Yes, that
doesn't mean anything to anyone, ever.
I would love to have been at that marketing meeting where they're like, I don't know, man, like, we need an album.
Ratings
Sounds
are low.
great.
We need an album.
Can any of these guys sing? Yes.
No. Ish. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you remember Hostess potato chips?
Yeah, of course I do. Where do you even get those anymore? You can't.
You don't, I don't think. But when I was, I think, in grade 4, which was like peak wrestling time for me.
19 years ago. Yeah.
19 years ago when I was in grade 4. Shut up. They had little wrestling stickers that you could get and trade.
Are they on top of your fridge?
Not anymore. In like little cellophane wrapped things, and it was little stickers that you could get. And trade
that's
them.
okay.
No video. And I remember I kept getting the Honky Tonk Man. I don't need any more of the Honky Tonk Man. I don't want the Honky Tonk Man.
Could you not trade with someone in your neighborhood?
I don't know. Like, no, I didn't know anybody else.
Oh, no.
Like, there was a mat, I think. Like a placemat type thing that you could put the stickers onto and collect them all.
Yes.
Yeah.
As soon as you brought out the map or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was like a placemat type thing with spaces for each of the wrestlers.
Wow.
And this is what I would just go and buy Hostess chips just for the sake of buying the Hostess chips.
That's gambling.
For having it, right? Like I didn't want to eat them all.
No.
That didn't stop me from eating them all.
I mean, but they were delicious. But I think that that was that era. Sorry, of putting prizes and things, I think that was banned. Is it not? Because it would be like an incentive to buy, but then it's
was a means to an end.
Right?
Yeah.
It created an underground currency for some kids. Like,
it was the Bitcoin of the 80s. Those wrestling stickers.
Oh, chips were the best. They had those, and they were always like, I like that yours the cellophane memory of those, because remember they'd always be oily and greasy.
Yes, and it had
the
like the little
squares.
Crumbs. And you would lick the cellophane and get
course.
the extra little dill pickle stuff. Not you, Mike. I know how you feel about dill pickles, but okay. All right. Mike's just showing me a picture. Is that of the recording session?
It appears to be the album art here for what is called the wrestling album.
Oh, wow.
I am smart.
I'm not going to go through a lengthy list of...
Is there a song called Pile Driver?
Did they get a Grammy? That's what I need to know.
Well, doesn't everybody?
Doesn't everybody? Yeah.
I'm inspired already by side 1, track 1. It just says The Wrestler, so it must be all of them.
Yep.
Singing Land of a Thousand Dances.
What?
Wow. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Keep going.
And then so on.
Do you think it's on Spotify?
Well, we should share it on our socials. I'm curious.
It might be on Spotify.
I'm sure it is.
I bet it is.
A few other artists on this is the Junkyard Dog singing along with...
The Junkyard Dog!
Oh, I forgot about him.
remember Coco Beware?
Yes.
That, parrot.
Coco Beware, yes.
Accompanied along the junkyard dog is Vicky Sue Robinson. We also have Rick Derringer, Jimmy Hart, Derringer. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. Jimmy Hart, Captain Lou Albano.
Captain Lou Albano. Okay,
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper video for Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Yeah, and also,
I
think he's also in the Goonies song with Cyndi Lauper. Yes.
Good enough. Yeah.
I think he's also
2
in that.
for 1.
Now, Captain Lou sang along with George the Animal Steele.
Bless my little
Didn't he just
George.
grunt, though?
He was so adorable.
Roddy Piper singing for everybody.
He was in lots of movies, too, Roddy Piper. He was an actor.
The bad boy.
Well, he was in wrestling. Of course he was an actor.
Well,
Mean Gene Odenkirk sang Tutti Frutti.
Oh.
What kind of album is this? Hillbilly Jim. Do you know a Hillbilly Jim?
Hillbilly Jim was different than Hacksaw Jim.
Oh.
I was trying to... Hillbilly Jim was the guy with the overalls. Hacksaw Jim came in with the 2x4.
Gotcha.
And finally, Nikolai Volkov.
Oh,
Was he Russian?
The Russian... Remember the Iron Sheik? There was an Iron Sheik.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he had the whole white head thing.
Yeah.
And, oh man.
There's probably a lot of things they couldn't do right now.
Absolutely canceled.
Now, those are the artists, quote unquote artists, on the song or on the album. However, I don't see a song called Pile Driver.
There had to be.
I bet,
I'm looking that up.
You know
now.
what I bet is Laurie wrote her own songs for album 2 and she sent them by mail to Roddy Piper.
There is an SNME Pile Driver music video. What would SNME stand for? I don't know. But in the little thumbnail, I see Hulk Hogan. So we're on to something.
Yep. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
He was a dreamboat.
He was a dreamboat.
Ricky the Dragon.
He had a wife named Bonita.
How do you know that?
Because I was so jealous. I wanted to
McSteamboat.
hold her head under water. What?
Oh,
Mike's trying to
that's
tell
a
us
bit
something else
violent.
here.
And finally, my last note before we stop talking about this was Pile Driver, the wrestling album 2. So, there's your sweet spot. Came out September 21st, 1987.
There was time for another album.
Wrestling album 2.
It's not just that. 1985 was the wrestling album. 1987 was Pile Driver, the wrestling album 2. And in 1993, WrestleMania, the album.
No.
Oh. Which one had If You Only Knew on it? Oh, yeah, Pile Driver. There's a video for it. Yeah.
By Coco Beware.
Coco Beware.
Honky Tonk Man. Anyways.
I loved wrestling. Loved it.
Yes.
And it wasn't the Speedos. And it wasn't the dad bod. Well, it was kind of the dad bods for some of them.
George, the animal stand.
It was different than dad bod, but...
Grandpa bod.
It was Under the Giant's onesie. Remember, I said this before. Under the Giant, you know that unitard that went over the side? That's what happens when I fall asleep in a tank top. That is true, sadly. I don't know what it was. It was just the excitement. It was I don't know. I watched it. My brother didn't really watch it. It was me wanting to watch this.
It was definitely getting you amped up. It got you excited. It was entertainment. That's all it was, Laurie. It wasn't real.
And I still, if I had the opportunity today.
Oh boy.
To be a wrestling manager, I still might take it.
I want you to think of your name and your entry song.
Yeah, okay. That's going to be... Mike, you're going to have to tell me what that is because Mike's writing me notes right now, but I'm not wearing glasses. So I wear bifocals, and it just looks like a bunch of scribbles on a page.
I just can't wait to know who this episode's brought to us by.
Oh, who's the episode brought to us by? I think it's brought to us by Wrestling Album number 1 and Wrestling Album number 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I highly encourage everyone to look it up on YouTube and look for the Pile Driver video. And also look for the video, If You Only Knew, in quotes. That is that's the We Are the World song type thing from the wrestlers.
And tag Latchkey Laurie.
Yeah.
So that she can...
If you only knew. And there's like clapping and stuff. And they all had little bit pieces. It was just great.
Sounds good.
It was, doesn't it? It sounds like award-winning. Anyway, we're going to end it here because that's all I have for you today.
Okay,
How
thank
about
you.
Anything else for you?
I'm good.
Mike, are you good?
I am done. Thank you.
I'm so done.
I'm going to give you a pile driver right now. I'm going to jump off the...
Superfly snooker you right out of here.
Jump right off that third rope.
Oh,
I can't even get up to the third rope. Who am I kidding?
Can we get one more? Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Bye, everybody.
Bye, my brothers.
Oh, yeah, brother. See how you little Hulkamaniacs?
Take your vitamins.
Oh, yeah. Say your prayers. Take your vitamins. Nothing will ever go wrong. Ever. Get the hell out of here.
Cut it out.
Goodbye.
If you or anyone you know is a Gen X survivor, you may be entitled to compensation. Not from us, but probably from somewhere. If you would like to connect with us, find us on Facebook at Gen X Rated or Instagram at Gen_X_rated and by email at genxratedsocials@gmail.com.